Welcome back to another episode of Register for Dinner. I'm your host, Sebastian Register. Gentlemen, tonight it's date night. That's right, we're gonna do it big here with spaghetti and meatballs, Lady and the Tramp style. Stay tuned. Guys, you're gonna need a few ingredients tonight to really impress your woman for date night.
These are all the ingredients you're gonna need to make today's meal. Look in the description below for all the equipment, specifics, and directions.
First things first, you're gonna wanna season your pot of boiling water, some olive oil, and a lot of salt. It's time to take all your meats. Again, we have ground pork, ground veal, and ground beef. Put them all into a mixing bowl. Next, you're gonna wanna cut up 3 cloves of garlic. Just press on the garlic to release the cloves. Give them a light tap. You're gonna take your garlic. Again, don't forget the claw. 1 finger in the forward, 2 in the back. Tuck your thumb behind your hand so you don't cut that off. And just give it a rough chop. I like a lot of garlic in my meatballs. I just like a lot of garlic in everything. You know, being that this is date night, I don't know if Amanda's gonna wanna kiss me after.
Oh, deixez-vous adore.
Love you, babe. All right, that looks about good. Get that, throw that into the pool. Season your meatballs with salt and pepper to taste. About half a cup of Parmesan cheese. A little bit more Parmesan cheese, never hurt anyone. About half a cup of breadcrumbs. 3 eggs. Grab your parsley, your flat leaf parsley. Give it a nice twist and tear. Fold it all up and just give it a couple good rough chops. Give it about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And now it's time to get down and dirty. Take 1 hand and use that to mix. I like to think about my day as I'm doing this. You know, days at work, get really angry with it. Start really beating your meat. No pun intended. All right, that looks like it's pretty well mixed together. Wash your hands. Next, you're going to take some olive oil or cooking spray and put it on your tin foil, on your sheet pan. You just take your hand and make sure it's all covering all the bottom. Next, you're going to want to take your ice cream scoop. If you don't have an ice cream scoop, you can use your hands, it's fine. I like to get the ice cream scoop that has this little button that's easier for it to release the food product that you got in there. Now that I've all got them evenly scooped into the sheet tray, I'm gonna take my hands and just roll them into perfect balls. Perfect. The meatballs are ready. Throw them into a preheated oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes. While your meatballs are cooking, it's time to prep for your tomato sauce. Take your large onion and small dice it. Nothing beats a good homemade tomato sauce in my opinion. It's super easy to make as well. Anyone can go to a store and buy a jar of ragu, but it takes a real man to make your own sauce. Very carefully, put your hands on top of the onion and run your blade through the onion. Now take it, make small cuts all the way across the onion. Turn your onion over and dice. Onions are cut. Now you're going to take 4 cloves of garlic and mince those up. Again, take your garlic, take your blade, give them a light tap. That'll loosen them up from their skins and it'll be easier to take off. 1 finger in the front, 2 in the back, tuck your thumb behind. Don't want to lose a thumb. And just give them a nice thin slices. Ooh, I almost forgot. Make sure you turn your stove on medium-high heat. All right, so your pan's been heating up for a couple minutes now. You can put your hand over it and feel that it's very warm. Put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in there. Let that heat up just a little bit. Come over to your cutting board. Scoop your onions in. Then you're going to want to sweat those for about 5 minutes until they become translucent. Don't season it, don't do anything, just let the onions and the oil do its magic. Just make sure to pay close attention to your onions. You don't want them to burn. You just want them to saute. All right, the onions have been sauteing for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now it's time to add in your minced garlic. Drop those in. The onions have been sweating for about 5 minutes now. You can see they're starting to really get that awesome translucent color. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your onions and your garlic and just move them to the side of the pan. Almost create like a little well in the center. Take 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Again, this is cooking, not baking, so it doesn't have to be precise. And get them into the center. You want to cook off your tomato paste first because tomato paste is very high in acidity and also extremely bitter. You don't want any of that into your tomato sauce. So you want to cook off some of that tomato paste for about a solid 2 to 3 minutes. So just move it around, get in the center. Make sure not to burn it though. So your tomato paste and onions and garlic have been sauteing for an additional 2 to 3 minutes. As you can see, everything's well incorporated with one another. Now it's time to add your can of crushed tomatoes. Again, it's gonna be 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes. Any store-bought tomatoes will work fine. If you wanna buy whole tomatoes and crush them with hands, or with your hands, be my guest. It just, I'm lazy like that. Just pour the whole can in. Make sure to mix it really well with everything. And now that everything is mixed together, as you can see, it's time to season. Take salt and pepper to taste. Take about 2 good pinches, maybe 3, of salt. I like a lot of pepper in my dishes. Some dried oregano. If you have fresh oregano, that works too. Say about a tablespoon, maybe not a tablespoon, yeah, maybe about a tablespoon. If you like heat in your tomato sauce, crushed red peppers are awesome. Next, my secret ingredient, 2 dried bay leaves. Again, if you have fresh bay leaves, those will work just fine as well. And lastly, some brown sugar, about a tablespoon of brown sugar. You don't want to make this too sweet, get out of there. And give it a good mix. Turn your heat down low, mix all your ingredients well, cover the pan, and let it simmer for about 30 minutes. All right, your sauce has about another 20 or so minutes to cook, but your meatballs are ready. So take them out of the oven. Look at those guys. Perfect, perfect. And you're gonna sit them on your counter and let them rest. The reason why you let them rest is you want them to collect some of the juice back into the meatballs, but don't worry, you'll reheat them when you put them into your sauce in 20 minutes. But what great chef doesn't taste his food first? You can see the garlic and the parsley in there. Wow. That's a good meatball. Amanda's gonna freak. Oh my God. All right, you got about 7 minutes left till your sauce is ready. Your meatballs have been resting for about 10 minutes. It's all right to lift that lid for your sauce. Make sure not to lift it with your bare hands because that lid is hot. Look at that sauce. Oh, Lord, oh Lord. If only cameras had smell vision. Look at that. Just amazing. Grab your meatballs, start throwing those kids in the pool. Just get some of that sauce and make sure to cover those meatballs. Put the lid back on and just let it finish its simmering. Sauce is almost ready. It's time to cook your pasta, but just for the viewers, let's get one more look at this sauce. Oh man, it's gonna be so tasty. While you're cooking your pasta, it's okay to leave the lid off. It's already been simmering for 30 minutes, so those flavors are really developed. Take your pasta. I'm not an expert with pasta, just read the instructions on the box. It tells you how long to cook them for. For spaghetti, it says 11 to 13 minutes. I do 12, because I break the law. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Drop those bad boys in. Set your timer if you need to for 12 minutes, and let it cook away. While your pasta's cooking, make sure to dig out those 2 bay leaves that you had from earlier. You don't want to be chewing on those. Just gotta find the second one. Where are you? This usually takes a minute. Where are you, second bay leaf? Well, can't find it. The longer you cook your sauce, the thicker it becomes, obviously because the liquid is evaporating. There's a couple tricks you can do to really get it more to that runny consistency, if you prefer it like that. I like my sauce a little bit runny, so some things that I'll do is add a couple spoonfuls of pasta water. I'm really on a mission to find that freaking bay leaf. Aha! Aha! Yes! I gotcha. Ow, God. Ooh, that's good sauce though. I almost forgot. You need fresh basil. Grab some basil. about 4 or 5 good-sized leaves. Lay them one on top of each other. Roll them up into a log or a cigar or whatever it is you kids do nowadays.
What you talking about, Willis?
Just give them nice, thin slices. Take your fresh basil, put it into your sauce. Basil only needs to cook into the sauce to really release some of its flavors for about 5 minutes. Look at that, it's not the end of the world. Even us chefs forget things. Just kidding, I ain't no chef, just a guy who likes to eat. Your pasta's been cooking for about 12 minutes, so it's at a perfect al dente. Dump it into your strainer. Take about a tablespoon of olive oil and drizzle it all across. Take your tongs that we had earlier, wherever those are, over here. Always know where your tools are. And just give it a good mix. Yeah. The moment you've been waiting for. The moment you and your girl have been waiting for. It's time to eat. Grab your spaghetti, good spoonful or tongful. Sit it in the center and give it a nice twist. This will keep your spaghetti nice and well presented. Come over to your sauce. Grab 3 meatballs, get a little extra sauce, a little or a lot. I like a lot. Get your Parmesan cheese, fresh basil, and voila, date night. It's go time, boys. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button, comment below, and subscribe. Once again, my name is Sebastian Register, and this is Register for Dinner. Until next time, stay hungry, my friends.